Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of loss that lingers. The Philadelphia Eagles at home with that crowd, with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, all of that hype, and they let the San Francisco 49ers walk out of Lincoln Financial Field with a 23-19 victory. This was supposed to be Philly's moment to reestablish itself as a true NFC powerhouse, and instead what everyone saw was a team that could move the ball but could not close the deal when it mattered most. Let's talk about these 49ers, because they didn't play perfect, but they played tough. Brock Purdy threw for 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, and yes, 2 interceptions, and still found a way to outplay Jalen Hurts when it was winning time. When Philly's defense tried to heat him up, he answered with chunk plays down the field, including 6 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown to Demarcus Robinson, who was absolutely cooking that Eagles secondary. Christian McCaffrey didn't even have some monster stat line on the ground, 15 carries for 48 yards, but his impact in the passing game was enormous, with 6 catches for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Every time San Francisco needed a big play in the red zone, it felt like McCaffrey was the matchup Philly just could not solve. Now to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts' numbers look calm on the surface. 20 for 35, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. But anybody watching that game knows those are empty calorie numbers when you're dinking and dunking your way down the field and not cashing in with 7s. Devonta Smith had 8 catches for 70 yards. Dallas Goedert added 4 for 33 and the lone receiving touchdown. But where were the explosives when the season was on the line? Saquon Barkley gave him 26 carries for 106 yards, ran hard, gave him balance, and they still walk away with just 19 points at home. You outgain them on the ground, you control tempo for stretches, and you still cannot put San Francisco away because your passing attack is horizontal, conservative, and scared of the middle of the field when it matters. Defensively, Philly had chances. Quinyon Mitchell gave him 2 interceptions, 2 extra possessions, and the offense did not turn that into a takeover. The Eagles' defense held the 49ers to just 75 rushing yards as a team and even got a sack. But when you give up 291 yards through the air and 3 passing touchdowns, those cracks show up in the worst possible moments. Special teams? Jake Elliott did his job, 2 for 2 on field goals. But that missed extra point is the kind of thing that haunts a locker room, because in a 23-19 game, every single point is magnified. Meanwhile, San Francisco turned field position into a weapon with 5 kick returns for 106 yards and steady punting from Thomas Morstead pinning Philly when it needed long fields. So here's where this lands. The 49ers went on the road in a hostile environment and made the winning plays in the fourth quarter, 13 points in the final frame while holding Philly to just 3. That is what big-time championship-caliber organizations do. They seize the moment when the pressure tightens. The Eagles, they turned a winnable home playoff game into a referendum on their offense, their red zone creativity, and their supposed status as an NFC bully. San Francisco advances, bruised but dangerous, and Philly is left staring at a scoreboard and a city asking the same question. How do you have this much talent, this much opportunity, and still end up watching someone else celebrate on your own field?